Hello viewers, this is Jubli Saikya and you're watching My News Any. Congress Rajya Sabha MP Jairam Ramesh today stated that India's diplomacy had received 3 huge setbacks at the hands of United States. Here we are bringing you the full detail. Jairam Ramesh flags 3 major US setbacks. CENTCOM calls Pakistan a phenomenal partner. Asim Munir invited to US Army Day. US reiterates Trump's Operation Sindoor role. Ramesh urges PM for all-party meeting. Yes, viewers, Congress Rajya Sabha MP Jairam Ramesh today stated that India's diplomacy received 3 huge setbacks at the hands of the United States and termed them challenges which need a collective response. Ramesh, who is the General Secretary in charge of communications of the Congress Party, stated that the New Delhi received 3 setbacks. US Central Command statement on Pakistan being a phenomenal partner, Asim Munir getting an invitation to the US Army Day on 14th of June, and the reiteration by the US State Department spokesperson on the role of President Trump and Secretary of State Rubio in bringing an end to Operation Sindoor. This came after the US Central Command Chief General Michael Kurilla described Pakistan as a phenomenal partner in counter-terrorism during a hearing by the House Armed Services Committee. He further stated that second setback Field Marshal Asim Munir, he gets an invitation to the US Day on 14th of June. This is the same Asim Munir who was a few days before the April 22 brutal terrorist attack at Pahalgam. He uses the most incendiary and proactive language going back to the 1940s, taking to the two-nation territory. Inflammatory comments were made by General Asim Munir, and I think that gave oxygen and led to the terror attacks. And that same Munir, Asim Munir, is getting an invitation to the US Day on the 14th of June, he added. The third setback, the US State Department spokesperson once again reiterates that President Trump brought about engagement between India and Pakistan. She repeated what President Trump has been saying, and she talked about Marco Rubio's role. The Congress leader stated demanding the party meeting called an all-party meeting, underlining the significance of taking political parties into confidence. Ramesh stated the Prime Minister has met all the MPs who have gone on delegations. He should meet the leaders of the opposition parties, call the opposition parties, take them into confidence. He should give a special session of parliament. These are challenges. We have to sit together. We have a collective response, a collective will. How is that coming about? It will come only through all party meetings. It will come only through the parliament sessions. I mean, the Prime Minister should stop playing politics, start doing governance, and take opposition parties, not individuals. The anchor of our system in political parties and individuals take political parties and their leaders into confidence. Pakistan's Army Chief Asim Munir is reportedly set to arrive in Washington of DC following an invitation from his American counterpart to participate in the US Army's th anniversary celebration. The main festives for the US Army parade will be held on 14th of June, coinciding with US President Donald Trump's birthday. The US Army's 25th anniversary will be marked with a large-scale festival and parade in Washington on 14th of June. The event is expected to feature approximately 6,600 soldiers, 150 military vehicles, and over 50 aircraft. Here is what Congress Rajya Sabha MP Jairam Ramesh have stated.
Diplomacy. India itself received 3 huge setbacks at the hands of the United States. It raises severe questions, serious questions on the US policy. It's a warning, it's a challenge. First setback, US Central Command. There are 11 unified commands. US Central Command is Florida based, and its head, the General Kurilla, Michael Kurilla, uses the word phenomenal partner in counter-terrorism. Pakistan as a phenomenal partner? Pakistan, where Osama bin Laden was found hiding for 10 years, and he was killed on the 2nd of May 2011 in Abbottabad in Pakistan. That Pakistan is a counter-terrorism partner, a phenomenal counter-terrorism partner. This is a bizarre statement from the American general, top American general. First setback. Second setback, Field Marshal. Many have called him Field Marshal. Field Marshal Asif Munir. He gets an invitation for the US Army Day on June 14th. This is the same Asif Munir who a few days before the April 22nd brutal terrorist attack at Pahalgam uses the most incendiary and provocative language, going back to the 1940s, talking of the two-nation theory, talking of, blood being different. Unable for people to live together in harmony, social harmony is impossible. How inflammatory comments were made by General Asif Munir, and that, I think, gave oxygen and led to the Pahalgam terror attacks. And that same Asif Munir is getting an invitation to the US Army Day on June 14th. And the third setback, the US State Department spokesperson once again reiterates that President Trump brought about engagement between India and Pakistan. What about this ceasefire? What about this understanding? It is President Trump that is going to solve this problem, which is being created, which is a long-standing problem, but which after Pahalgam assumed more serious proportions. And she repeated what President Trump has been saying, and she talked about Marco Rubio's role. So these 3 setbacks, US Central Command statement on Pakistan being a phenomenal partner, Asif Munir getting an invitation, the same Asif Munir, the provocative, inflammatory Asif Munir getting an invitation to the US Army Day on June 14th, and the repetition, the reiteration by the US State Department spokesperson on the role of President Trump and Secretary of State Rubio in bringing an end to Operation Sindoor. These are 3 huge setbacks for our diplomacy. And as I said, they are a warning, they are a challenge. The Prime Minister, all-powerful, all-present, omnipotent, omnipresent, Prime Minister must call an all-party meeting. He has met all the MPs who have gone on delegations. He should meet the leaders of opposition parties, call the opposition parties, take them into confidence. He has rejected the call for a special session of Parliament. He should have a special session of Parliament. We will continue to insist on that. But if there is going to be a session on the 21st of July, at least 2-3 days we must discuss these challenges. Challenge of the US foreign policy, challenge of China, challenge of Pakistan. These are very serious issues. And yesterday particularly, I think these 3 big blows to Indian diplomacy, the Prime Minister must wake up. 2019, Prime Minister Modi went to Houston and he had Howdy Modi. February 2020, just before the COVID lockdown started in India, Mr. Trump came to Ahmedabad and we had Namaste Trump. Namaste Trump, Howdy Modi, and these 3 setbacks yesterday. So, I don't want to comment on any one person, but the fact is that this is a huge setback for Indian diplomacy. And it raises serious questions on what the US mindset is. Osama bin Laden is found in Pakistan, hiding for 10 years. He is killed in Abbottabad on the 2nd of May 2011 by the US Special Forces. And that Pakistan is being called a phenomenal partner in counter-terrorism operations. And Asif Munir, whose statements and the Pahalgam terror attacks are directly linked with each other, he gets a special invitation for the US Army Day. What is the US up to? These are warnings, these are challenges. We have to sit together. We have to have a collective response. सामूहिक इच्छा शक्ति की जरूरत है, एक सामूहिक संकल्प की जरूरत है. Collective response, collective will. And how is that coming about? It will come only through all party meetings, it will come only through parliament sessions. I mean, the Prime Minister should stop playing politics and start doing governance and start taking opposition parties, not individuals, opposition parties. The anchor of our system is political parties, not individuals. Take political parties, their leaders into confidence. Diplomacy. India itself.
That's all for now. For further updates, keep watching My News NE.